I'm Gary Hess, News Radio WRVA, the voice of Virginia.
James River, sunrise in the city glowing, RVA waking and the day starts rolling. Brush your teeth, lace your boots, let's move. WRVA's got your morning groove. Wake up rich and win the day. Don't spend your morning playing catch up. Richmond's morning news, we're here with you. 6 a.m., let's start it up.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's 6:04 here on Richmond's Morning News. This is News Radio WRVA. My name is Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for being part of our morning. We'll get you to work on time, and we'll get you everything you need to know on this Friday. It is July 10th, the year of our Lord 2026. I appreciate each and every one of you. As, man, I can't believe we've already got through the 4th of July now. It's the 10th of July. It's, this summer is flying by. I'll let you know, I'm actually going to go on vacation, not next week, but the week after that with my son in town. I want to spend some time with him. So we're actually going to have a staycation and do a bunch of stuff around Central Virginia and up in DC. Maybe, I don't know. I told him maybe we go to Nashville for a weekend or something like that. Anyway, so I'm going to take a little bit of time off to spend with family coming up in a couple weeks, but I'm not sure where you are with your vacation, but this summer is completely flying by. We will we'll take your text messages all morning long on the James River Air text line, 833-804-1140. Of course, Super Dave Ayler behind the glass, Gary Hess with news and sports coming up every half hour, and you and me getting you ready for work. So let's get to it. There's some items we're going to cover today. Budgets. We've got conflicting legislation that's come down the pike with your guns and marijuana. This state is a mess right now. Let's talk about it. It's time to get to Richmond's Morning News Brief this morning. It's 6:05 on News Radio WRVA. Okay, story number one. The state budget is in chaos, or I should say causing chaos throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia. So we've been chronicling all of this. Coming up on the program, Delegate Tim Anderson, he's got the receipts. People backtracking off of what we've seen with these marijuana laws, schools asking for more money. That's story number one here in Richmond.
Number one. Welcome to Virginia, California, where Richmond dreams in Sacramento style. We got pot shops coming, lawyers funded, and a budget stacked a country mile.
This budget has been just an absolute mess. So let's get to the schools, because I do want to talk about the schools. Powhatan's going to ask for a 1% increase in their sales tax. Richmond is going to ask for a 1% increase in their sales tax. I got a couple questions for the lawmakers at Capitol Square. How much money did you waste with, I don't know, your gerrymandering proposal? Not how much was spent in the state from outside sources trying to buy your votes, but how much did the state waste on that gerrymandering? How much money have you wasted on the lawsuits that followed it? How much money do we have waste, fraud, and abuse in the Commonwealth of Virginia? Have you tackled any of that? How much money did you put aside for your Obamacare subsidies that were temporary that you're going to extend out by taking that money out of the Commonwealth's budget? How much money did you put aside in slush funds to fight Donald Trump? How much money did you put aside in special contingency funds in case the federal government had more changes to their budget? How much money did you put aside? You know, that $1.2 billion that you wanted to grab up because you needed it so much? I thought that was supposed to be for the schools, because that's what you told us. First thing that came out of your mouth, hey, this is to help fund the schools. Well, how much did you fund the schools with that $1.2 billion, Louise Lucas? Because the way I see it, you didn't. If I'm going to have my sales tax increase by 1%, you failed in the General Assembly. You failed. Story number two. Speaking of this ridiculous budget that the governor signed, now people are scrambling over who's responsible for these marijuana laws. I'm telling you, please do not CA my VA or we'll get something like this.
Number two.
Amsterdam does, a lot of tourism business, has a lot of benefits from having the cannabis cafes. San Francisco is not Amsterdam. I don't know if that's what we're going to see, but there may be elements of that here, and that again could be part of our recovery. This will help them, we hope, find a more competitive business model to help them sustain themselves over time.
What I don't like about this legislation is that it permits indoor smoking, and I think that is going backward on our public health goals.
You like the vocal fry right there, where she wanted to say something so important that she had a vocal fry, so we know that it's really important. That was the debate in a town I used to live in. It's called San Francisco. They used to call it Baghdad by the Bay by one of the famous columnists there. Whatever starts in California, I keep telling you, whether it's the paying for your plastic bags or marijuana use, will start in California, and then for whatever reason, that virus makes its way everywhere else around the country, including here now to Virginia. And I'm seeing this. They started with, it's okay, we'll have retail pot shops and people can smoke wherever they want. We're not going to have strict pot laws. And now they're going to have actual Amsterdam red light district cannabis cafes in San Francisco. Yeah, we'll probably get them here next week, the way things are going here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Right now, though, people are backpedaling. Oh, no, it wasn't me. The VPS said, no, we're going to enforce all the laws. Oh, no, the people that wrote these lousy laws that have been put into the budget. No, it wasn't us that said everybody can use marijuana and drive where you want. No, it wasn't us. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Tim Anderson, member of the House of Delegates, joins us coming up 7:33 today. What's really going on? We'll ask him. You don't want to miss it today on Richmond's Morning News. All right, story number 3. People talking right now. Why did Donald Trump fly in one version of Air Force One and fly out in another version of Air Force One? Well, there is a threat from Iran. Here's the latest of what's going on this morning with Iran and U.S. and continued hostilities.
Number 3.
The president gave peace a chance, but all bets now are apparently off. 90 Iranian military targets struck by U.S. forces in response to Iran striking 3 U.S. ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Pentagon confirms that U.S. forces have now struck more than 170 Iranian targets. The U.S. knocking out air defense systems, missile and drone storage sites, naval capabilities, and coastal surveillance, just to name a few, to go along with military logistics and infrastructure as well. And now the president says the regime is begging him to return to the negotiating table.
All right, that's the latest. Now, the big kerfuffle was, that big Qatari Air Force One new paint job that the president had. He flew into Turkey on it. He flew out on an older Air Force One. Why? Well, it turns out that Iran has a fresh threat to assassinate the president of the United States. A lot of people, what? Well, of course. What do you think is going to go on? You're in a kinetic war. You're firing at them. The U.S. took out the Ayatollah. The Iranians are going to want to respond back the other way. I think people kind of look at this in many ways like a video game. Like, well, people just respawn. No, this is actual war. People are fighting. People are dying. Maybe this is a wake-up call for the American people. They do mean to do us harm. They do mean to do us harm. They do mean to do us harm. All right. Story number 4. CNBC says Virginia is a great place for business.
Number 4.
All right. CNBC came out with their annual poll of, hey, where's a great place to do business in Virginia, near the top of the rankings. But if that's the case, why is it we saw Boeing leave, and every time I turn around, I see another company moving to Tennessee or Texas or Florida? Are we really open for business? We'll talk with Governor George Allen for our weekly conversation coming up at 8:30. Is Virginia really open for business? I don't see a lot of companies moving into the Commonwealth. Do you? We'll talk about that coming up here on Richmond's Morning News. And finally, the World Cup. Super Dave, I know you're excited today to watch whoever's playing in the World Cup because the U.S. isn't playing anymore, so I don't care.
Yes, I'm over the hill excited about whoever's playing today.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so excited. I don't know who's playing.
Yeah, you're delirious with World Cup fever, right?
Once it gets to the championship round or whatever, then I might pick it up again. But
I don't think they have a championship round.
Well, the finals.
They have a knockout round.
No, final.
And then they have a quarterfinal.
Then they have a semifinal.
And then they have a final.
Then
Make sure
I call
get
it the
right.
championship.
There's a lot that
the
goes
World
in.
Championship of Soccer of FIFA.
Dave, If you know, you
No,
know.
I don't know.
No, if you know, you know. That brings us to story number 5. What happens when a soccer ball gets kicked into the stands? That's our 5th story this morning.
Number 5.
All right, there's some international side eye towards Americans, Super Dave, at this World Cup. So when you're at a baseball game and the ball goes into the stands, what happens?
You get to keep it.
And what do you do with it? You show everybody, whoa, I caught a foul ball, right?
Unless it's for the other team, then you throw it back.
Well, that's if you're in Chicago.
As you should throw it back.
No.
Anything from the Cubs should be thrown back
No,
on the,
give
to
it
the
to
field.
a little kid.
No.
Give it to us. See,
I caught the ball. I'm either keeping it or I'm throwing it back.
Give it to a beautiful woman sitting next to you with your phone number on it.
No.
Just so salty. Anyway, an American caught the World Cup ball, was so excited, showed his son, showed his daughter. They thought, wow, this is the most awesome thing in the whole wide world, until a FIFA official sent a ball boy up to the stands to take it away from him. And the guy posted, I guess, on TikTok, I thought I got to keep the ball. Soccer fans around the world just annihilating him.
As they should.
For wanting to keep the ball. Why can't he keep the ball? You know what those stupid tickets are? You make enough money, FIFA. Let him keep the ball, you cheapskates.
No, just because the ball goes into the stands, it's the same way in MLS. They don't let you keep the ball if it goes up there.
They're dumb too. The ball goes in the. Do you know how much money they're making? Do you know how much money comes out of the fans' pockets?
Oh, a lot for those tickets, yeah.
All tickets. I say, if it's a professional sport, ball goes in the stand, you should be able to keep it. In fact, you know what? I would support somebody who ran for office on that premise. People get to keep the balls that are kicked into the stands. That would be something I think would be a 1% issue. I'm sure there's some Karens that say, no, give them the ball back.
I would actually vote for you. I wish that would be cool if they let you keep the ball. But,
Yes.
But nobody does.
They should. Oh, there's a tracker. Shut up. Do you know how much money you're making on this World Cup? Let them keep the ball. Keep the ball. Keep the ball. What do you guys think? 833-804-1140. That might be the experiment today. We'll continue with you. It's 6:16 this morning on Richmond's Morning News. I'm Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for joining us. Today's program brought to you in part by A+ Roofing. All right, my friend Billy Kane, listen. Generations of roofers are part